Early day to y'all, grand rising and all that good stuff. This video is dedicated to all our young men who are out here on their grind. You hear the train in the background because I'm next to a train line. So for all our graffiti writers, y'all already know what it is. So I'm gonna give you all a small story about a young lady by the name of Connie. And Connie and I just seen her recently, not so long ago. I used to date her back in '95. And I met her by way of a work partner of mine by the name of Casper, who passed recently, good brother. He was dating her cousin, Pieta. And when I met her, I remember how she knew how to read me, and she gave me a very valuable lesson, and I hope that you take this lesson. Now, I'm not gonna tell y'all no dirty stories or nothing like that. That ain't how I get down. This story is about a moment in a good way. We started dating and things were going pretty good. Connie was a Puerto Rican sister whose mom looked like my auntie, rest in peace, Anithia. And her father looked like the guy who played Mr. G Almighty from School Days. If you all seen The Get Down, he played the pastor of the young girl that was the love interest of Books. That's how he looked. So if you can imagine, this is 1995. I'm airbrushing at a place called Tony Sports, and I meet her and we start dating. And on my lunch break, she stops by and she just got off work and she comes to see me. So we go get something to eat. And as I'm eating quickly because I'm a workaholic and I got jobs I gotta do. And she's looking at me while I'm talking. And she's noticed that I'm talking and I'm eating these French fries extremely fast. She's like, why are you eating so fast? I was like, I got a lot of work, I got a lot of deadlines, people need their stuff today. And as I'm talking, she started grabbing my fries and she started feeding me and feeding me and feeding me to the point where I couldn't talk. And she would just look me in my eyes, and I never forget her looking at me the way that she was looking at me. And she was like, I need you to enjoy your food. Enjoy your food. And so she would watch me eat my food, and I kind of got nervous, but it was actually a turn on. And I noticed what she was doing. She wanted me to enjoy the moment with her, right? I'm still smiling thinking about that, right? I don't smile a lot. But she made me remember something about a woman that women today don't understand. And that is, you, woman, are something to be enjoyed so that we can remember the moments we have with you. Now, what you do in that moment depends on the moment. You can make a moment for a man that is so memorable, like just having some French fries fed to you. And it will be in that man's mind forever, including the smile that I just displayed. Or you can make a moment so awful that every time that man thinks about you, he gets pissed off. In so much that the next woman that he may have a moment with, just one little thing will trigger him off. Or one thing could make him smile and want to give this person a moment to remember. That is your power. So when you say to a man that if he can't pay something or pay all of it, you just ruined the moment that could bless you in the end. Because that man is only going to remember you, not with a smile, but with frustration. Because you didn't know how to make that moment memorable to where he will always reciprocate that back to you in a loving manner. Instead, You only think about this person when you're broke or when you're frustrated because you can't take care of things on your own. And when you do, instead of being grateful that you can do it, you make a person feel bad because they didn't do it the way that you wanted it to be done. And this is where Yada gets the whole message wrong. And instead of being grateful that he has the ability to do things that some people are not able to do, he throws it back at people, makes them feel less important. And he's breeding this type of individual. When you are blessed, you bless others. You don't bash others because they don't have what you have. I take you back to that moment in 1995 where being that way turned into a blessing. That same year, Christmas, I'm on another date with Connie. We go to a pizza place next door to our job. Wasn't the greatest pizza on the planet, but I bought so much of it that I had leftovers. Christmas weekend 1995, it was upper 40s, lower 50s, so it wasn't cold according to that year, that type of season. I had just put a deposit on a Cuban link bracelet. That day, we go out early in the afternoon. I make my way back to the shop after saying bye to Connie. I brought my pizza to the shop. I'm painting. I had a good day. I go to the currency exchange to get some money because we need a change in the register. On my way to the currency exchange, I see a man on the street. I always give him a couple of dollars here and there, but something hit me and told me, see if he's hungry. I asked him, was he hungry? He said, yeah. I said, I got a big pizza sitting up, I'll hook you up. I make my way back to the shop. I give Mr. Fernandez some change that he needed for the register. I go in the basement. I heat up the pizza. I give him practically the whole pizza. Got him some juice, some seasonings, and I put $20 in a small bag. I go out there, I go get him a hot tea because it was a little cold. I made sure he was straight. I enjoyed the moment of giving him that. I didn't have any regrets. I was blessed that day, and I gave him the same blessing that I received. He got everything. I told him, don't throw away that small bag in there. He said, cool. On my way back to the shop, I went and put another deposit on my bracelet. The lady at the place name was Sue. She was 6'2" Korean, tall Korean. I give her the money. She looks at me funny. And then she goes into the box where all the jewelry was at, and she says, give me your wrist. I gave her my wrist, thinking she was just sizing up my jewelry. She puts it on my wrist, clamps it, takes the receipt, tears it up, says Merry Christmas. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So I walk out of the store with a bracelet that was $350. I know that's cheap right now, considering how much gold is. But I walked out of there with a bracelet. And I just sat back, I'm like, wow, this is my Christmas gift? No, that was Most High giving you a gift because you give somebody who probably needed that food. And you got blessed. The moment. So I hope this moment blesses you. And I hope women, I hope men, you get this lesson about blessings. When you are blessed, you bless others. Knowledge that you're getting is supposed to bless people so that in return, they can let you know that that blessing that you gave them benefited them, helped them, gave them an opportunity to see something that they couldn't see at the moment. That moment right there showed me that the Spirit who was watching out for me as he watched out for that man who probably needed that food for the day. This is what knowledge is supposed to be, food. And when you are blessed, you blessed others. That's my message for the day. Your humility will get you further than your ego ever will. Stop allowing people to tell you that you're not valuable because you don't fit a certain diaspora of a person that they think everybody is supposed to be. September 1st, 2026, the Yada videos are coming. The Yada videos are coming. The Yada videos are coming. Stay tuned. Hope you learned something from this.